com a Michele. A Michele Blenchner, ela é facilitadora de constelação familiar aqui em Miami. E ela tem uma experiência incrível na área de business, na área dos negócios. E ela acabou de ministrar um workshop com uma nova forma de olhar para as constelações nos negócios. Então a gente teve um final de semana riquíssimo. E a Michele, ela faz muitas conexões. A Michele, ela é francesa, ela é da França. E por alguma razão do destino, ela atende muitos brasileiros. A maior parte das pessoas que vêm constelar com ela ou são da Latinoamérica ou brasileiros, e ela tem uma grande conexão com a gente. So I just said that you, for any reason of destiny, you have a kind of connection with Brazilian people and Latin American people.
I feel I was Brazilian in another life.
I am sure.
And I love Brazil. I've been there a couple of times and I love it.
Yeah. We hope you'll be back soon.
Yes. I'm open.
Mosaic movement in Brazil, other Latin country also. So Michelle, what is the message that you would like to share with all the facilitators in Brazil, even the world? How is the importance to us as a facilitator be open to new other techniques, other ways, other transitions?
For me, constellation was love at first sight. And I think that everything in life that you feel passion for, you do better. And I was at a transition in my life. I went on a spiritual path about 40 years ago after searching and having questions and some psychic experiences that were a little bit troubling. And so what was very interesting was that basically I was a business person, but I started a parallel life. And that parallel life was very important. It took a big place in my life, but it was just for me and my friend. And about 10 years ago, after a very long career, because at the time I was 65 when it happened, my business had to close up. And my husband, that was older than me, had developed dementia, and I had to move to Miami. A little bit kicking and screaming, because it was not my choice. But I felt that it was a way, it was proposed that this time, it was a way for me to salvage my business. And it did not happen. The opposite happened. I got betrayed by a very good friend of mine, which is the best thing that they did to me. And I'm so grateful to them because they are the one that brought me here. And everything fell apart. Everything fell apart. And I could not understand because with 30 years behind my belt of spiritual work, I was blessed to encounter Abraham Hicks at their very, very beginning. I developed their teachings, I taught the teachings, I love it, and I could not understand why everything went berserk. And then my guides, because I had a relationship with guides, told me that it was my time to really turn it over and do what I had come here to do, and to become what I have come to be. So I say, okay, so I'm going to do that. And I have to, at 65, really get a job and start baby steps, starting a meditation class, not knowing anyone in Miami that was in this world, because the people that I knew here were really only business people that thought that I was crazy when I would talk about things of metaphysical world. And immediately when I did that, I got a call from my daughter that told me to come to New York to do constellations. And this is what I did. I did, and it was love at first sight. This is where we start. So I feel that passion is very important. Okay, I'm a communicator. I'm a bridge. These are my way of living in any situation and in any way of life. So automatically, very quickly, and I'm a visionary, I saw that it was something important there. I was amazed that it was not known, and I decided to be a part in spreading the word. So I did training, immediately intensive training with a lot of different teachers. Mainly Susie Tucker and Mark Holland were my trainers, but I work with a lot of different people, and I continue, and I still continue. And this, if I have one advice to give to facilitators, is to do continuous education. I work with big names, I worked with small names, I worked all over the world. I went to Spain to work with Ellinger, to Mexico several times to work with different people. I go to Connecticut or I go to Slovenia, which I just did recently. And right now, at this stage of my life, which is 10 years later, I just turned 76. I'm going next month to the Netherlands to work again with systematic work, and I'm just back from it when it was March. And I will go back in October, and I will go back again. And my vision is to have the organizational conference, actually international organizational systemic work conference here in Miami in 2022. Because when I came back from Slovenia, even before I went to Atlanta, to the Netherlands, I had the idea of creating a movement. And this movement, as you know, was just born this past weekend. It's called Mosaic, the movement, which is a Miami organizational systemic approach, Institute of Constellation, the movement. Why Mosaic? Because Miami is a mosaic by itself. It's no accident that I know a lot of Brazilian, that I am kind of honorary Brazilian citizen, because there is a lot of people from South America. I also know a lot of people from Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, all these things. But not just that. In Miami, we have people from all over Europe. We have people from Asia, from Australia, and I have really from Israel. I mean Europe.
Many cultures they encounter here, right?
I had people from 70 different countries here in this living room. Wow. And
that is a huge. There is a huge importance that you came to Miami, the center of all these
and I
countries.
think it's no accident, because I believe that I was really brought to come here by the field, by whatever you want to call it.
Chosen.
Yes, because I don't think we choose things; they choose us.
They choose us. Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, Rumi, the poet, say, "What you seek is seeking you."
Yeah.
And it's true all the time. And I know I was really sicked by constellation, and I feel that everybody that passed by is also, because otherwise it would be more people, you see. If it were in our conscious mind and conscious, it would be more people doing constellation, it would be more people interested in the systemic work. And I think that, and I love the fact that, for example, all the people that come to me and to all the facilitators, because there's a lot of them now, in Brazil, you're blessed. You have 30,000 facilitators. When I start constellations in United States, I don't think there was 30,000 people knowing about constellation.
Wow.
Now, 10 years later, I would think that there are maybe more than 100,000 that are already, which is wonderful. And we're all pioneers.
Yeah.
And those 3 days that we just spent together, if anything, gave me that confirmation that we all pioneer and we all had a reason to be there. And I feel so blessed.
I am.
So
I feel
thank you.
also.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, I'd like to thank you so much for all your kindness or your passion doing what you do, and mainly for your cozy place that you open to all these different people that I saw in this weekend. As we talked, this movement is much bigger than we think about it is.
And we just started it, we gave birth to it, but God knows where He will take it. And I feel, talking to you at this moment, that you will see it and maybe be a part of it in many different countries when I will not be here.
I am sure. I am here.
It's in the hands of the new generations.
Yeah. We are come back to home, to the real place that we all belong.
Thank you.
Thank you.